You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight.
Hello, I'm Laura Painter. You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight. We're tracking a weather impact alert for the Sierra. The region is expected to see more snow, and with that snow, El Dorado County is in need of snowplow drivers. What we know about the push to keep roads clear. Then we hit the back roads in Solano County to visit a fading town that once caught the attention of movie star Clint Eastwood. ABC10 Plus Tonight starts now.
New tonight, the mayor of Sacramento and city leaders announced a plan to revitalize Old Sacramento. And here's the deal. They also plan to build a new downtown hotel. Visitors say it's the type of move that will keep them coming from out of town. ABC 10's Roxanne Elias is live at the waterfront tonight with more on exactly how much this will cost.
Well, Chris, Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg and city leaders say they have been in talks about revitalizing this downtown waterfront area for years, but the pandemic significantly slowed things down and the money just wasn't there for it up until now. The Old Sacramento waterfront brings in about 5 million visitors a year.
I've always wanted to stay at the Delta King because it's an old steamboat and you can stay on it, and it just is so charming. So we're very happy that we get to finally come here.
Scott and Anna Wynn are visiting from San Diego. They are thrilled to hear it will soon get a much-needed facelift after Mayor Darrell Steinberg announced a $46 million plan to, in his own words, modernize the waterfront.
From reusing or rebuilding the public market buildings to upgrading our food and restaurant opportunities to replacing the old boardwalk, to repairing the old Sacramento docks, to offering the private sector a public match to propose their best ideas.
Another part of the plan involves increasing access to the river and the construction of a convention center hotel in downtown Sacramento.
The comments we heard was we want to host major events like an NCAA All-Star game and that, but those don't happen without more hotel rooms, and so we're starting to chip away at that. So it's exciting.
Funding for the project will come mostly from Measure N, which voters approved in 2022. It's known as a transient occupancy tax. The tax is paid by a person staying less than 31 consecutive days at hotels, motels, inns, short-term rentals, and similar establishments. Mayor Steinberg says state leadership is also providing some financial assistance.
We will also ask the City Council to allocate $2 million from our hotel tax to visit Sacramento to continue our momentum, to make this city a city of festivals, especially music festivals.
Tourists say the investment is what'll keep them coming to Sacramento to create memories.
It's good once you get to know somewhere and you can rely on coming back and that area is keeping it up.
Mayor Steinberg says he will present a term sheet to City Council next week on Tuesday. He hopes that will lead to the finalization of the plan and construction soon after. Live in Sacramento, Roxanne Elias, ABC 10.
Lots happening with the rail yards and now at the waterfront. An exciting time in the capital city. Roxanne, thank you.
A roadwork uproar in Amador County. PG&E had planned to repair a busy road after doing some underground work. But the county's Board of Supervisors says not so fast. Now, people who live in the area are frustrated. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has the story.
Watch as this trailer tries to drive down Ridge Road. The Pine Grove area road lately feeling more like a bumpy boulevard than an estimated 8,000 people like Maria Aguilar use every day.
When you're driving fast, you can feel it.
The feeling of a trench filled in with a sinking layer of asphalt. By PG&E crews undergrounding equipment.
Ridge Road needs to be fixed.
And that's what the county says PG&E promised to do. They already filled in the ditches and plan to add a layer of asphalt over the road until Tuesday's Board of Supervisors meeting.
I have to pinch a penny somewhere. Where do I pinch a penny?
Supervisor Jeff Brown says that was his thinking when he proposed that PG&E not fix the road entirely and instead pay the county the repair costs.
We're going to regrind this whole road from Highway 88 down to Lower Ridge Road from a grant.
That project is still in the design phase and possibly months out from the work starting, but the stormy season is also brewing.
You got to do something until then. You got to get through the winter.
It's areas like this one that has residents particularly concerned, parts where the damage crosses over into the other lanes, which could create issues for snowplows.
The whole thing's just going to fall apart. It's going to be a real nightmare for the next 6 months.
That's the county's public works director on the idea of not fixing the road now before rain and snow start falling. ABC10 reached out to PG&E, which said, quote, "We currently are in discussions with Amador County on the undergrounding issue. Conversations are ongoing and final determination on cost allocation has not yet been determined."
Hopefully we're going to be okay, but we just don't know.
And that uncertainty this close to winter, almost worse than a rough ride on Ridge Road.
Fix the road. That's what we want.
In Amador County, Gabriel Porras, ABC10.
Wow, that video says so much. Gabe, thank you. County officials say PG&E had planned to start those repairs next week, so they are expecting a final decision tomorrow or over the weekend. Residents in El Dorado County fearing the worst after the county announced they don't have enough snowplow drivers for the winter.
ABC10's Devin Truby spoke to residents about their concerns and has an update from the county on the hiring process.
Well, while roads might look somewhat clear now, residents in El Dorado County are fearful that things will turn into a disaster with the first major storm after the county announced they don't have enough snowplow drivers yet for the winter.
It's old, but it works.
In Myers, Patrick McDonald is getting his snow removal equipment ready. His community is nervous after learning that El Dorado County doesn't have enough snowplow drivers for the winter.
It impacts everyone in this town. If you can't get up in the morning and get to work or get your kids to school or get to the doctor, it brings the town to a halt. One storm, and then that can be soon.
McDonald thinking back to last winter.
It's kind of, you can only do so much with it. There were days, I would say more than 48 hours, where it got to 3 or 4 days where the roads weren't plowed. This whole town is built on tourism, but without the locals being able to get to their jobs, then how are we going to make it work? It's $1,000 a driveway minimum.
His side business is snow removal for vacation homes. He knows firsthand crews will never catch up unless they work 24 hours.
The easiest time to do snow removal is during the night when everyone's sleeping. And if they don't do it, it will be a disaster.
For Amy Lindstrom on her normal grocery run, she knows come winter without snowplows, this won't be possible. She was stuck for multiple days last year.
I worry about medical emergencies. Can emergency vehicles get into the streets? Can we get out of the streets? So it's concerning.
As a teacher, Lindstrom also says she knows she and her students don't want to be making up snow days into summer, but the issue of not having enough snowplow drivers is not new.
We need living wages, and that goes all the way to the plow drivers. So yeah, we hear about other agencies that are paying quite a bit more, and it's concerning because we then, as residents, pay the price.
It's why El Dorado County is offering $6,000 bonuses to new hire drivers according to the posted application. El Dorado County told ABC10 currently they have 3 snowplow removal employees, 3 in the background process, and 4 scheduled for interviews for next week. They need a total of 7 to be fully staffed.
El Dorado County tells us it is their priority, and they always have and will continue to provide 24-hour snow removal. Reporting in Myers, Devin Truby, ABC10.
And keep in mind, this all comes as we have a weather impact alert for the Sierra tonight. Looks like an active season, huh, already?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. And then 2 weeks till Thanksgiving. Oh, my gosh.
I know. We don't even want to talk about that yet because there's maybe something in store there. But that's something later to come.
Oh,
it is a tease, a real deep tease there for you. But we are looking at Sierra threats with weather impacts here for today as well as through tomorrow night. We're looking at isolated valley showers happening for us right now, but also in the Sierra. Now, Sierra snow showers will continue through tomorrow. Meanwhile, valley conditions are going to start slowing down for us as we move into our Friday. We do have those isolated showers, and where they drop is where we're seeing some of the bigger impacts, of course, because of the rain. But because they're isolated, we're seeing the heavier downpours at times rather than an overall broad rainfall. Thunderstorm chances are also in the forecast for the next couple of hours, and snow as well as icy conditions remain out there in the Sierra and those foothill spots. Right now in the Big Mountain backyard, temperatures around those mid-50s for Sacramento, mid to upper 50s from Stockton to Modesto, Marysville at 58. with 33 degrees in Tahoe. Now, we do have that low pressure system continuing to sweep across the region. And over the Pacific, you see how scattered and broken up those clouds are right now. They're really starting to bring in a lot of unstable weather conditions, which means we could start seeing some more thunderstorm chances, especially even in the overnight early morning hours north of here. You see near Chico there, they are starting to get some heavier areas just between Chico and Yuba City. And that happens to actually be where there is a flash flood warning in effect. You see it there in that red. A winter weather advisory is in effect until 10 p.m. on Friday. And we'll get that closer look for you here of the flash flood warning that has now been issued for this area here north of Chico, and especially in the burn scar area where the park fire was, until tonight, 10 p.m. because of these isolated showers that are coming through, heavy downpours at times. Now, your area may not be getting much at all, but other areas are getting some downpours. Now, we are looking through the Sierra, where they are seeing some Sierra snow showers beginning to fall through tonight. We'll see heavier impacts through the Sierra. Meanwhile, the valley starts to see a lot less of those scattered showers. As we continue on into Friday early morning, we get one more push of scattered showers. And this is, again, just from areas right about Citrus Heights, Roseville, north, or I should say east and north toward Grass Valley, where you see a pocket of scattered showers there. Meanwhile, Sacramento, Elk Grove, everyone over there to the west remains dry. So we're going to continue to see most of the storm system shifting toward the east, with more of the scattered snow showers here and rain showers into those foothill spots into the afternoon hours Friday. So most of the storm does remain in the foothills and the high Sierra on Friday. The valley should be partly sunny to mostly sunny skies into the evening hours. The weekend's looking a lot better, more clear, less showers. Late Sunday, we may have a shower chance into early Monday morning. At this point in time, it's really broken up and the models are not agreeing on timing or whether or not that's even going to take place on Sunday. So for now, it's not in the picture for you or shouldn't impact any of your plans. Rainfall totals so far as we start moving into our Friday afternoon could get us more, about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, but a lot higher totals may be expected in those foothill spots. Now, model snowfall totals, according to the GFS, this is a global model, could be as much as 4 to 5 more inches. The European model maybe just 2 to 4 more inches, so not too much more left to go, but we could start getting a lot more as we get to Friday night. Over the next few days, the upper 50s, and as we start looking toward next week, our temperatures here are expected to remain in the upper 50s, low 60s, overnight lows in the 30s.
I have to say, these temperatures, though, make for some really crisp, fresh air.
Yeah.
It's such a delight to walk in, and I know some people really thrive in these temperatures.
Like myself included. My favorite time of year. Carly, thank you.
The city of Sacramento's Front Street Animal Shelter says that it has outgrown its current space and they're looking for a new location. One place that they've been eyeing is where the Sacramento Zoo is currently located in Land Park. ABC 10's Becca Hobegger talked with the shelter leaders about their vision for the future.
So this is one of our adoptable dog section here. We've got everybody pretty much doubled and sometimes quadrupled.
Philip Zimmerman is Animal Care Services Manager here at the City of Sacramento's municipal Front Street Animal Shelter.
We are just under 150 dogs and just under 100 cats here in the shelter.
He says the shelter, which takes in some 9,000 animals per year, is consistently operating at about 150% capacity.
We do what we can with what we've got. And, you know, we have made a lot of changes over the years and added buildings, but now there's no room to add on to this facility.
It's not just a matter of crowded kennel space.
This is where all the laundry is done.
Leah Morris is chair of Sacramento's Animal Well-Being Commission, which advises City Council on matters related to Front Street Animal Shelter. She says spaces where volunteers and staff do the laundry and dishes are outdoors.
We live in Sacramento where it can be 110. Now that it's winter, it can be freezing in here, it can be raining. This is an example of one of the challenges of this facility because there's no space to grow into.
If you're having trouble hearing her, it's the I-5 traffic just yards from Front Street.
We still have surgery going on.
Leaders say the medical building is too small for the volume of spay, neuter, and other surgeries performed here.
There's no way to do volume. The staff are kind of crashing into each other.
These issues and more are detailed in a newly published shelter needs assessment commissioned and funded by the city.
What we've come to learn is that this acreage here is not sufficient. This is on approximately 1.8 acres. We need approximately 7 acres.
So shelter leaders are eyeing other locations, including the property where the Sacramento Zoo is currently located in Land Park.
There's a lot of infrastructure there. In fact, I believe there's a medical clinic there at the zoo.
There are plans to move the zoo to Elk Grove, as ABC10 has reported, which will free up this property in coming years. In Sacramento, Becca Habiger, ABC10.
And shelter leaders plan on presenting this new report to City Council in coming months. It says a new shelter could cost north of $50 million. Leaders know that a shelter is still years away, but if you do want to help in the meantime, you can donate to the shelter. You can also donate your time or become an animal foster family.
Yes, that music right there is music to my ears. Welcome back in. I'm Kevin John. Well, people, even though the weather is cooling down outside this time of year, our high school football is heating up. Now, tomorrow kicks off our quarterfinals of the Sac Joaquin Section playoffs, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to this week's Northwest Exteriors Game of the Week. Matt George has the story.
I feel like we got a good team ready to compete for a championship.
The Sac High Dragons have the highest of aspirations. They believe they've got the team to win it all this season. And even though the stakes are higher in the playoffs, the Dragons' physical approach to every game stays the same.
Our goal is to get here. We got here. Every game we got the same goal, to be the most physical team. We're going to take that to this game and let the better team win.
Standing in Sac High's way is a very dangerous and well-rested Roseville Tigers squad.
We had a bye week, so we had a good chance to recover. Coming into this week, we practiced hard. We stacked practices, and I feel like we can be able to compete with these guys because we have better athletes.
Better athletes is a bold claim when talking about Sac High. The Dragons roster is loaded with athleticism top to bottom, and each player puts that talent towards their job.
So we have athletes, and we know how to do our job, and we rely on each other to do each other's job so that we can do our job well.
We expect them to be really physical, just use their athleticism, and we're going to stop it.
Clearly, there's no shortage of confidence on either team. And the Tigers have an extra bit of swagger to their step going into Friday night because they've got the home field advantage.
Playing at home in front of our Tiger Cage is the best cheering section in the area. And I really hope you put that on the news because they're amazing.
But some teams love that adversity on the road, and the Dragons will be bringing their fair share of fans with them to Roseville tomorrow night.
I'm expecting the game to be very deep, especially because we're in Roseville. It's very packed with their game, so hopefully our people can come out and make a lot of noise just like them.
In the remote windswept hills of Solano County, there's a dying town that caught the attention of movie star Clint Eastwood.
John Bartel here, making a little pit stop in Bird's Landing.
Honky Tonk Man wasn't his most memorable movie, but when the cameras were set up to film Clint Eastwood's 1982 American musical Western comedy, it sure was memorable to the townspeople of Bird's Landing.
I've never seen so much chaos in my life make movie. I mean...
Though chaotic, lifelong resident John Benjamin says his rural town was an ideal backdrop for Clint Eastwood's character, Red Stovall, who was a traveling musician bouncing around small-town America with his nephew.
About what's the population here?
About 13.
13 people.
John Benjamin says Bird's Landing wasn't always so small. In the late 1800s, it was a bustling port town founded and named after businessman John Bird, who built the wharf, which attracted schooners full of people to work or buy crops from local farmers.
That was jumping. There's a lot of activity back then. They supposedly had a 300-piece brass band.
Hundreds of people either lived or worked in the town, John Benjamin says. There were hotels, warehouses, and this old general store, which John Benjamin's family ran for many years.
Well, the old store is closed, but you can still come here to the vending machine and get yourself a soda.
Unfortunately, a series of fires burned down many of the buildings in town and the people left. John Benjamin says one surviving building is the old brothel, which John owns and now lives in.
You sleep where many have slept.
Oh, yeah.
Across the street from John Benjamin's house stands what's left of Shirley's Bar. John says it was an icon in town and was owned by a feisty woman in her 90s who let visiting bird hunters serve themselves and allowed them to toss peanut shells on the floor.
The last business in town behind us?
Well, that's the last one that's been open, yeah, was the bar. She's been gone about 2 years, I guess.
Well, about the only thing left to do in Bird's Landing is target practice at the nearby hunting preserve. We found Curtis Hecker testing out his new shotgun at the sporting clay course.
Ah, you see, that's the way you miss. Just wanted to get that out of the way for you guys so you could see what that looked like.
These days, wind turbines outnumber the people in Bird's Landing. Though it's secluded and quiet, John Benjamin says the town's not dead, but he'll be here when it is.
Basically stayed here just to watch the place die, because I could see that's what it was doing. It's dying.
From Bird's Landing, I'm John Bartell. Hope to see you on the back roads.
Hey, The Princess and the Frog is hopping off the small screen, and it's coming to life at Disneyland.
That's right. You may remember Splash Mountain. Well, that has been transformed into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And with that, ABC 10's Marcus Allen is live this morning at Disneyland to give us a preview of the ride, and it opens tomorrow. Good morning, Mark.
Yeah, Walt, you would be so jealous. Dixieland Jazz is happening back there, and I know how you love your Dixieland Jazz. In the meantime, it is a joyful celebration in every way. Tiana's got a home. I want you to meet Whitney. Whitney, you're in charge of food and so much more here, right?
Yes. I work in New Orleans food and beverage, and we are so excited to be celebrating Princess Tiana and her great expansion of her story here into Bayou Country.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Let me give the laydown. So obviously, you know New Orleans Square, adjacent to that Bayou Country, in that Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And take a look. I was among the first people to check it out. The sights and sounds of this are amazing. It is immersive. If you love the movie, you are going to love this. I hate to, say how it all works, but the animatronics are among the best I have ever seen. It's as though you are in the movie and a part of the movie with all of the main characters represented.
That's right. It really is a joyful celebration. And not only are we, really expanding Tiana's story, Princess Tiana's story, we're able to experience this beautiful attraction that's been wonderfully designed for us by Walt Disney Imagineering. It features great songs from the original film, as well as some new favorites as well. I know everybody who's going to experience this attraction is just going to have a great time. They are going to get wet, though.
Yeah, exactly. And then just, take a look at all the other things that are taking place. When we say a joyful celebration, it's pretty much everything under the umbrella of what I talked about, and that includes food.
It really does. And of course, we wouldn't be in New Orleans without amazing food. And we have Tiana's Palace, which has great New Orleans favorites. Of course, our traditional Mickey beignets, which are a huge favorite with our guests. And then we also have Tiana's gumbo, muffaletta sandwiches, and po' boys, which are known all throughout New Orleans as well.
Yeah, just all culturally correct and really a great overview of what we're talking about here. Tiana's got a home. You're going to see her represented at all points.
You really are. And even her mother is represented as well. We have Eudora's Chic Boutique, which is a great merchandise location right around the corner from her restaurant, Tiana's Palace. And there you're going to be able to find all of her secret seasonings and a lot of great things that pay homage to the city of New Orleans as well.
Awesome. When you talk about the movie and a big celebration, last night, the biggest celebration, without telling anybody, the cast of Princess and the Frog came up on the riverboat. Jennifer Lewis was performing in front of everybody else.
They were, and as well as Akina Nani Rose, the voice of Princess Tiana, beautiful singing, and it was a great celebration.
Yeah, really moving for everybody. People are so happy here. You're going to be happy here when you check it out. I'd be you're in charge of this thing, right? If we could come back live for a moment. Do you wield any kind of power doing what you do? Can you get some of those Mickey beignets that zip on you?
I could. I think if you just turn right to your side, you'll be able to grab some right over here. Look at that.
All right, check it out.
It wouldn't be rapid to Disneyland without some Mickey beignets.
Mickey beignets. You know what a hidden Mickey is? This when it gets into my belly. Hey, thanks so much, Whitney.
You're welcome.
I would say back to you, but my mouth's full, and that's rude. So just you talk.
Oh my gosh, so much going on there. Yes, indeed, it is quite frosty. Thank you all. Wow. I envy you being at Disneyland. It's such a great place. Mark and the beignet and the hospitality. Thank you, my friend. All right.
Thank you so much for watching ABC 10 Plus tonight. Remember, we're here 24/7 on the free ABC 10 Plus app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Laura Painter. Take care. See you next time.
Hey, Bob, here's dinner.
Thanks, Dad.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Good.
Are you not eating, Dad?
I had a really big lunch, a dinosaur-sized lunch.
I knew.
Yeah, and I'm not hungry.
No parent should have to choose who gets to eat. Go to abc10.com/standagainsthunger and make a donation today.
Thanks for watching ABC 10 Plus. And now that you're here, why don't we take a look around and see what else is here? The very first tile on your left is always going to be streaming 24/7. You can find us adjacent to that, breaking news if it's there. And then right next to that, a replay of the most recent newscast. Whether it's ABC 10 Morning News at 5, 6, or beyond, it's going to be there. The forecast beyond that, and then right beyond that, the news that matters the most. Now that you know the basic tiles, let's go up to the top and take a deeper dive into news. We have every single newscast that you would need, including To the Point with Alex Bell, taking a deeper dive into the issues. Beyond that, ABC 10 Morning News at 5 and 6 and 11, the evening shows as well. Below that, you can watch the top stories from To the Point. Under that, Dollars and Cents, where you can learn how to navigate this challenging economy. And below that, you can watch our award-winning ABC 10 Special Investigations, where we hold the powerful accountable. Going into weather, look, it's the 10-day forecast, getting you ready for the weekend and beyond. Beyond that, sports. I know you care about the Sacramento Kings. We have the most comprehensive guide to anything, everything Kings in the locker room and on the court. We have it. Below that, I know you care about the San Francisco 49ers. We can't mention base sports without talking about the Oakland A's. We have that too. What's super exciting, I know you care about high school sports. You'll never find a more comprehensive guide and team dedicated to high school sports. Backing out again, come up to the top and join me on Verify. I'm super excited about this. Our experts are checking the facts, verifying the truth for you. Jump up now to shows. Very excited about this. Oh, look. It's Take a Look. This is my show. I love movies, and if you love movies or streaming shows, whether it's on screens this big, or this big, it's Take a Look. Recently went behind the scenes, sat down with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix to talk about Joker 2. I love the movie, and oh, I just heard you shout you hate the movie. Jump in, we talk about it on this show. Other shows, Bartell's Backroads, go up and down the state of California, tank of gas getaways, one fuel cell getaway, like places like the Toy Museum. This is what kids did before they had screens. Over here, the Moaning Caverns of Calaveras County, one of the most coveted caves in all of California. You know, watching this show, I discovered there's a cave that could fit the entire Statue of Liberty in your own backyard. You'll find about that and more with Bartell's Backroads. Down below that, To the Point. It is one of my favorite newscasts because they talk about news with Alex Bell the way you talk about news. It's conversational, but in-depth at the same time. Below that, Your California Life. Love this show. Whether it's entertainment, food, beverage, lifestyle, it's there. Desiree Shepherd hosts and does an amazing job. So there you have it. It's ABC 10 Plus, the app. What do you need? We heard you and we got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming.